Hi everybody, it's Amalia and I'm here today with the first video in what I hope to be a new series called Project Deep Dive. I'm going to go into all of my private playlists on YouTube and into my boards on Pinterest and cherry pick some of the ideas, the projects, the things that inspired me on those to create something like that someday. Well, I'm going to make 2021 that someday. This first project is actually a recent one from Ann Melvin Positivelypapercraft on YouTube. She did this video recently and I loved the idea, so here we go. Let me tell you what it's all about. Today we're going to make some embellishments and we're going to kick it up a notch by using some self-laminating document protectors. Anne uses heat-activated laminating paper and a laminating machine, but I don't have that, so I'm going to use what I have, these self-laminating document protectors. I'll also be using some sentiment dies, this I Love Nicole Aquarelle design paper, a mini die cutting machine, some gold foil flakes, as well as a bone folder. If you do this project, I recommend using thicker cut dies. This star one was good. That love die was perfect. But the finer ones, like the detail ones on some of these scripts, don't work too well. This particular happy birthday die worked out really well. But the other ones, like this hello one from Stampin' Up, it did cut out, but it just is a little bit too fine, and you can see some frizzing. This happy birthday or best wishes cake is didn't work out too well at all, and I'll show you that in the end. This bone folder is going to be really important for smoothing out the laminating sheets and pushing out any air that's trapped in the paper. These self-adhesive sheets have one side that is clear acetate and the other side has adhesive on it. I'm placing the design paper face up, overlapping the acetate sheet and with some slight space in between the two sheets. Then I'm going to take my gilding flakes, my golden flakes, and just sprinkle it all over the paper, trying to keep pieces separated, and if they're clumpy and three-dimensional, I'm going to try and separate those pieces. I just want to get a good amount of gold flakes onto this paper without being too much, but making it just right. These gilding flakes get everywhere. They're attracted to static, and don't breathe too heavy around them because a simple exhale will send them flying all over your craft room. Ask me how I know. Okay, once you've placed the cover on your gilding flakes, you're going to remove the sheet to the adhesive side, and all hell's going to break loose. I'll just let you watch. I don't know about you, but while I was doing that, that was just making me crazy that the foiling flakes were flying to that sheet. I wanted everything in perfect position and it just wasn't cooperating, but in the end, it worked out just fine, really. And I'm using the bone folder to just smooth out the paper and making sure any air bubbles that might have got trapped in are being pushed out, and just going over it repeatedly with my wonderful bone folder. So now I'm just going to take a scissor. You're going to need a nice heavyweight scissor that can handle cutting through this plastic. And you'll see that the side of acetate that didn't have adhesive on it is not sticking to the paper, which is going to be a good thing. So I'm just going to cut away all the excess plastic here. First die I'm going to use is this love die, and it's a perfect die to use for this because the die cutting lines are really far apart from one another, so it cuts a lot cleaner than some of the finer dies. It comes out so easy from the paper. Now you have to understand that this is paper plus the plastic that's attached to it. So it comes out really easily. It looks fantastic. It kind of looks like there's some glossy accents on top of it. So it gives it a sheen, a shine, some heft, some weight. It looks so great. This next one is the Hello die from Stamping Up. This isn't exactly a delicate die, but the letters are a lot thinner, and you can see I'm having a little bit more difficulty taking it out and separating it from the other pieces. So I'm finally able to detach it, and the center pieces, I still try to have to finagle them out, but I get them out, and it doesn't look too bad in the end, and I think it'll work pretty well as a sentiment on any kind of project. I might have had some tearing happening. I grabbed my pointy tool, definitely had to use that, but it looks good, doesn't it? The next word die I used was smile, and it's not a Stampin' Up die. I can't recall quite honestly who the die is made by, but I definitely had to use the pokey tool on that small e to get that piece out there. And there's the smile. Not too bad. Final word die I used was laugh, and um, they came out okay, but with these more finer, delicate dies, there's a little bit more shagging and tearing on the edges, so you can't see it up close, but it came out okay. Here are the die cuts that I made, and you won't be seeing all of them, but if you take a look at my video for the Smash Our Stash collab on February 7th, you'll see the projects that I made with these particular dies. I've gone ahead and made some cards with some of the die cuts I showed you in the previous clip, and this is what I have left over. Um, this was the happy birthday that I wasn't sure at first how it was going to cut, but it really did come out very nice. The paper that I used was a little lopsided, so I decided to cut out just the happy part and use that. The stars I made came out great. This little Best Wishes cake is an example of a fine die not cutting well. Taking it out was really difficult. The words tore, and so I just took the ones that didn't tear and put it inside the one that did for a contrast, and I think it came out nice. With these love dies that came out really well, I backed them with several layers of black cardstock, so they were at least like a 2 millimeters thick, so they would stand up nicely on a project. And you can see here, this is the red cardstock that I used. I used red cardstock from Stampin' Up! And some off-white cardstock from Stampin' Up! Just plain old cardstock with the gold foiling on it, and then in the laminating paper. And I did some hearts as well, you can see there. And the plain paper ones came out super, super nice. Very elegant looking. And I just turned my light on there so you could see the shine. These are going to make great embellishments. They look like stickers. They look very professionally made. They look very neat. And I'm really happy with the way they turn out. So, like I said earlier, they kind of look like you added enamel accents to the top without having to do that, waiting for the glue to dry, making a mess. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. And I think the projects that I'm going to make for the Smash Your Stash collab on the 7th are going to come out great. So thanks for watching this video and sticking to the end. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to leave a comment below because I love hearing from you and I love reading your comments. They mean so much to me. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. And don't forget to click the like button. Thanks again, everybody. Bye.